Welcome to PMI National and International News. I'm Zoe Fatima here with you. Headlines today. PM Modi announces Yuva scheme for aspiring writers. Here's how to apply. Former MP's brother shot dead in Bihar after being robbed of rupees 5 lakh. Fire breaks out near Mata Vaishno Devi temple in Katra. Class 5 students hail Supreme Court step against COVID-19, CJI says beautiful letter. ISIS militants abduct 5 people working on canal project in Egypt's Sinai. Senior Houthi leader killed in clashes in Yemen's Al Jawf province. National Council of Canadian Muslims beyond horrified by deadly Islamophobic attack. Candidates hold second debate ahead of Iran presidential election. News in detail. PM Modi announces Yuva scheme for aspiring writers. Here's how to apply. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday announced the national scheme Yuva, Prime Minister's scheme for mentoring young authors to encourage youngsters to harness their writing skills. Here is an interesting opportunity for youngsters to harness their writing skills and also contribute to India's intellectual discourse, said Modi, sharing the link to the scheme on Twitter. The scheme is meant to mentor young authors across India. This scheme will ensure creating a pool of authors of below 30 years who are ready to express themselves and project India on any international platform, as well as it will help in projecting Indian culture and literature globally, a press release said. Former MP's brother shot dead in Bihar after being robbed of rupees 5 lakh. Unidentified criminals have gunned down Sunil Kumar, the brother of the former MP Ashwamed Devi, in Samastipur district of Bihar. Kumar, the in charge of a customer service point CSP of a nationalized bank, was murdered in broad daylight on Monday. The criminals looted more than rupees 5 lakh from Kumar and killed him around 1:30 p.m. near Jhakra village under Sarai Ranjan police station area in the district. The police have sent the deceased body for postmortem and launched an investigation to nab the criminals. Ashwamed Devi is a former MP from Ujiarpur and Janata Dal, United District President of Samastipur. After information of the incident, the officials from Sarai Ranjan police reached the spot. According to police, 6 criminals on 2 bikes intercepted Kumar when he was returning to his CSP at Mayari Chowk on a bike. He was carrying rupees 5 lakh cash which he had withdrawn from Sarai Ranjan branch of the Central Bank of India. The local residents of Jhakra village and nearby areas came out in large numbers after hearing the news about the murder. They also blocked the NH 103 to express their anger while demanding justice for the deceased family. They were dispersed by Samastipur Superintendent of Police, Manavjit Singh Dillon. The SP has assured them that the criminals would be arrested at the earliest. Fire breaks out near Mata Vaishno Devi temple in Katra. A fire broke out near the Mata Vaishno Devi temple in Katra in Jammu and Kashmir's Reasi district on Tuesday. No casualties have been reported so far. The fire erupted at a nearby building inside a cash counting room. The building is located some distance away from the main shrine. The reason behind the fire is said to be an electrical short circuit. It has been brought under control. Several pictures were shared on Twitter that showed a huge plume of black smoke coming out of the building. Union Minister of State Jitendra Singh microblogging website Twitter and said that he spoke to the District Collector of Reasi S. Charandeep Singh. Spoke to DC Reasi S. Charandeep Singh just now and inquired about the fire that broke out near the Vaishno Devi shrines some time back. Thankfully, everything brought under control. No major loss reported. However, keeping a close track for the next few hours, he tweeted, Class 5 students hails Supreme Court step against COVID-19. CJI says beautiful letter. A Class 5 student from Kerala has written to the Chief Justice of India, Justice N.V. Ramana, saying she is happy that the Supreme Court has intervened effectively in the sufferings and death of ordinary people in the fight against COVID-19. The 10-year-old Lidvina Joseph from Kerala's Thrissur district wrote in the letter, I'm happy and feel proud your Honourable Court has moved orders for supply of oxygen and saved many lives. I understood your Honourable Court has initiated effective steps in bringing down COVID-19 infection and death rate in our country, especially in Delhi. I thank your Honour for this. Now I feel very proud and happy. Joseph, in her handwritten letter, said she was very worried about deaths in Delhi and other parts of the country due to coronavirus and felt happy to see the top court making vital interventions to alleviate the suffering of the people in the unprecedented health crisis unleashed by the pandemic. The letter was accompanied by a colorful illustration showing a bespectacled judge using his gavel to deliver a blow on the head of coronavirus. Joseph also drew a portrait of Mahatma Gandhi, which was hung on the wall behind the judge. ISIS militants abduct 5 people working on canal project in Egypt's Sinai. At least 5 Egyptians were abducted by ISIS militants on Tuesday in the restive northern part of the Sinai Peninsula, security officials said. The 5 were driving to the workplace in the small town of Bir al-Abeid when the militants from the ISIS group stopped their vehicle and took them to an unknown place. The 5 include 3 engineers, a laborer, and their driver, said the officials. They all work at the El Salam Canal project that moves the Nile Delta drainage, water to be reused in agriculture in the peninsula. There was no immediate claim of responsibility for the attack. The 2 security officials spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to talk to the media. Egypt has been battling militants, now led by the ISIS group, in the northern part of Sinai for years. Violence and instability there intensified after the 2013 military's ouster of Egypt's elected but divisive Islamist president, Mohamed Morsi, amid nationwide protests against his year in power. ISIS has carried out numerous attacks, mainly targeting Egyptian security forces, the country's minority Christians, and those whom the militants accuse of collaborating with the military and police. They have also kidnapped people, mostly Christians and Bedouins, sometimes for ransom. Senior Houthi leader killed in clashes in Yemen's Al Jawf province. A senior Houthi leader was killed during clashes taking place on the front of the northern Al Jawf governorate, northeast of Yemen, sources quoted by Al Arabiya TV reported Tuesday. The senior leader, Abu Hashim Sharaf al-Din, ranked as brigadier and was the head of the Khanjar front in Al Jawf, Yemeni army sources told Al Arabiya. He was killed along with dozens of Houthi militia during ongoing battles. National Council of Canadian Muslims beyond horrified by deadly Islamophobic attack. Police in the Canadian province of Ontario said a driver intentionally struck a family because they were Muslim, killing 4 people and seriously injuring a 9-year-old boy in what has been denounced as an act of unspeakable hatred and Islamophobia. The victims, all members of the same family, were hit on Sunday evening while waiting to cross a street in the city of London, about 200 kilometers, 124 miles southwest of Toronto, Canadian news outlet reported on Monday. Police said the victims were 2 women aged 77 years and 44, a 46-year-old man and a 15-year-old girl. A 9-year-old boy was seriously injured and is recovering in hospital. This was an act of mass murder perpetrated against Muslims. London Mayor Ed Holder said it was rooted in unspeakable hatred. The attack was the worst against Canadian Muslims since a man gunned down 6 members of a Quebec City mosque in 2017. Holder said it was the worst mass murder his city had ever seen. Sunday's attack came amid rising concerns about the Islamophobic attacks in provinces across Canada and widespread call for authorities to tackle racism, hate-motivated violence, and the prevalence of far-right groups. A 20-year-old suspect identified as Nathaniel Weltman was arrested. Police said in a statement, he was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder. Zahid Khan, a family friend, said the 3 generations among the dead were a grandmother, father, mother, and teenage daughter. The family had immigrated from Pakistan 14 years ago and were dedicated, decent, and generous members of the London Muslim Mosque, he said. They were just out for their walk that they would go out for every day, Khan said through tears near the site of the crash. Candidates hold second debate ahead of Iran presidential election. The second televised debate involving 7 candidates racing for the Iranian presidency was conducted on Tuesday evening, with only 10 days before the election day. The presidential candidates have taken part in one of the most watched programs in the Islamic Republic of Iran, broadcasting history to explicate their plans for the settlement of cultural, social, and political problems. Allotted equal minutes of speaking time each. The candidates are counting on their experiences and foresight to elaborate on their strategies in the TV debate that lasts for more than 3 hours. The 7 candidates in the race for the highest executive post in Iran, singled out by the Constitutional Council, are Saeed Jalili, Mohsen Reza, Sayyid Ibrahim Raisi, Ali Reza Zakani, Sayyid Amir Hussaini Khaziza, Hashmi Mohsen, Mehralizadeh, and Abdul Nasser Hemati. Thanks for watching PMI News.